So tricky homework, this one. The first thing we're going to have a look at is how to solve quadratic equations, just to recap on that. And so whenever you've got something that looks like this, we've got to factorize it. So we're going to stick into two brackets. So we'll have that equaling 0. Something times itself is t squared, so you should be able to get t times t. Something times something is 12, so that's going to be either 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. We've got to use those to make plus 4. So we'd use 6 and 2. So therefore that's going to be plus 6 minus 2. So that's how you factorize it. Now solving it is you have to make this bracket equal 0. So if we say t plus 6 equals 0, then take away 6, you're going to have t equals minus 6. I mean, the easier way is just to change the sign, but it's not going to work for the next ones. And this one here is going to be t equals 2. So you've got two solutions, t equals minus 6 and t equals 2. Next question. So you've got t and t. And then two things that multiply together to make 18, add together to make 3. So that's going to be plus 6 minus 3. So you're going to have t equals minus 6 and t equals 3. Next one, we need to do the same for this one. So we've got x, and we've got x, and it's going to be 2 and 1. They've got to add and subtract to make minus 1. So you're going to have minus 2 plus 1. So your two solutions are x equals 2 and x equals minus 1. Next, it's the slightly trickier factorization. So this first one here, you can either have x and 6x or 3x and 2x, and usually only one of these will be the correct solution. Now two numbers that multiply together to make 9, so it's going to be 1 and 9 or 3 and 3. And what we've got to do is we've got to somehow use them to make plus 15x. You do trial and error, and so you can try things in here, try things in here. But looking at it, if we have 9 there, that's going to give us 18x. The mouth, if we have the 1 here, is going to make 3x. We can use 9x and 3x to make 15x, but you need to have plus 18x. You need to have minus 3x. So now what we do is we make this bracket equal to 0. So we've got 3x plus 9 equals 0. And if we solve that, 3x equals minus 9, so x equals minus 3. Then we've got to do the same for this one. So we make 2x minus 1 equals 0. We get the 1 over, so 2x equals 1, x equals 1/2. So these are the two solutions here. So it's not easy, but well done if you got that one. Let's have a look at question H now. So you can either have x times 12x, you could have 2x times 6x, or you could have 3x times 4x. And you've got to multiply two numbers together to make 35. So you can have 1 and 35. You could have 5 and 7. And then the nodes in the math have got to simplify to make minus 16x. So either put in 5 or 7 here, or 35 there, or 35 over here. You're not going to get anywhere near 16. So I don't think 135 is going to work for the first one. So I don't think anything will work for the first one. I'd usually go for the middle one, so if I put 5 here and I put 7 here, that's going to make 14, and that's going to make 30. 14x and 30x we can use to make minus 16x, so we need to have minus 30x. So it's going to be 2x minus 5, and it's going to be 6x plus 7. So there you go, we've got the solutions there. Also, we've got the factorized bit there, but now we've got to then work out the solutions. So we say that 2x minus 5 equals 0. So we've got 2x equals 5, x equals 5 over 2, and that's one of the solutions. Next, we have this bracket equals 0. 6x plus 7 equals 0. 6x equals minus 7. X equals minus 7 over 6. Again, all these are going to be tricky, but that's why they're right at the back of the paper. Next one. We've got either t and 15t, or most likely 3t and 5t. And again, we've got to have 35, so that's either going to be 1 and 35, or 5 and 7. Then it's just trial and error. So if I put 5 here, that's going to make 25t. If I put 7 here, then those are going to be 21t. And in order to make plus 40, I need to have that as plus 25. I need to have this as minus 21. So then what we do is we write these out. So we've got our solutions there. And then we solve them. So we have 3t plus 5 equals 0. So 3t equals minus 5, t equals minus 5 over 3. And we've got 5t minus 7 equals 0. 5t equals 7, t equals 7 over 5. So those are the solutions to those ones. Now, what we really wanted to get onto was this here. Now these are what they look like at the very, very back of the paper, and we've got to solve these. Now what we've got to do is we've got to get this one into either x equals or y equals. So if we have it y equals, you need to take away the x from this side, take away an x from the other side. So we've got y equals 7 minus x. And once we've got that, we then write out the first one again. But instead of saying x squared plus y squared, we know that y is 7 minus x. So we can say x squared plus 7 minus x squared equals 25. And then if we've got this bracket squared, in order to work out what that is, we need to write out the bracket twice. So 7 minus x squared is 7 minus x, 7 minus x. And then we work that out using the smiley face method. So the left eyebrow, 7 times 7 is 49. The right eyebrow, minus x times minus x is plus x squared. The nose is minus 7x. And the mouth is minus 7x. So we've got x squared minus 14x plus 49. And then we go back to this thing here, and we write out x squared. Then instead of plus 7 minus x squared, I know that that is this. So plus x squared minus 14x plus 49 equals 25. And now once we've done that, we try and simplify it. So x squared plus x squared is going to be 2x squared. We've only got the minus 14x there. And then if we've got 49, we've got 25 over this side. If we take 25 from both sides, it's going to be plus 24 equals 0. And now we've got another one exactly the same as we have done over here. We've got to solve an equation equaling 0. Now there's a bit of a cheat for this one here. Because everything's even, I'm going to divide everything by 2. So that's going to be x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals 0. Now once I've done that, I need to factorize it and solve. So it's going to be x and x, and two things together that multiply together to make 12. You have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So we're going to have 3 and 4. So it's going to be x minus 3, x minus 4. So the two solutions are x equals 3, x equals 4. Now once you've got the x solutions, we need to find the y solutions. And we know that the y solutions, or y, is 7 take away x. So therefore, if over here we've got x equaling 3, the y solution will be 7 take away 3, so it's going to be y equals 4. And then when x is 4, y will equal 7 take away 4, so y will equal 3. And those are our solutions. As you can see, not an easy question. That's why it's worth 5 marks, why it's at the back of the paper. Question B actually looks a touch easier because it's already got y equals. So if we just clear this, so we're going to have y equals x plus 3. Instead of writing out x squared plus y squared equals 9, we're going to write out x squared plus x plus 3 squared equals 9. And now what we're going to do is we're going to write out this bracket x plus 3 twice, because that's what a bracket squared means. You need to write out the bracket twice. Then we do the smiley face method, which by now should be the easiest part of this question. So x squared plus 9 plus 3x plus 3x. Simplify that. X squared plus 6x plus 9. And then what we do is we write out this whole thing again, except we get rid of the x plus 3 squared and replace it with what we've just worked it out to be. It's going to be x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 9. And then we simplify it. So x squared plus x squared is going to be 2x squared plus 6x. Then if we take away 9 from both sides, take away 9 from this side, take away 9 from this side, that just disappears. So we've got that equaling 0. And then we've got to solve this. So usually it's 2 brackets if we've got an x squared, but this is just 2x squared plus 6x. So we're going to factorise it like you would do in year 7 or year 8 if you're asked to factorise this. So what goes into 2x and also into 6x? Well, you've got 2 that goes into both of them, and an x that goes into both of them. So then what we do is, what do you multiply 2x by to get 2x squared? That's going to be 1x. What do you multiply 2x by to get 6x? That's going to be plus 3. So then there are 2 solutions. The solution outside the bracket, 2 times something is 0, so x equals 0. This one here, x equals minus 3. And then once you've got that, we need to work out what the corresponding y values are. Well, for the first one, if I say that x is 0, y equals 0 plus 3, so y equals 3. For x, when x is minus 3, y is minus 3 plus 3, which equals 0. So we've got x is 0. So we've got y as 0. Now, section 4 is the hardest question I'm getting you to do for your homework. And even though it's the hardest question, I am well aware that all these questions that we're doing are pretty hard anyway. Right, so the first thing we've got to do is get this one here as either x equals or y equals. So just looking at it, it makes sense that it's y equals. By the way, the reason that this question looks different is because it's been taken from a past exam paper. So anyway, if we rearrange that, that's going to be y equals, get this over to the other side, 2x, get this over to the other side, plus 4. So y equals 2x plus 4. Then once you've done that, same step again. So you write this one out, except instead of y, you're going to write it out as 2x plus 4. So we've got 4x squared plus 2x plus 4 squared plus 20x equals 0. And then we've got a bracket squared, so we need to simplify that. So 2x plus 4 times 2x plus 4. Using the smiley face method, left eyebrow, 4x squared. The right eyebrow, plus 16. The nose, plus 8x. And the mouth, plus 8x. So that simplifies down to 4x squared plus 16x plus 16. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write this out again, except instead of this bit here, I know that equals this thing. So it's going to be 4x squared plus 4x squared plus 16x plus 16 plus 20x equals 0. So 4x squared plus 4x squared is going to be 8x squared. 16x plus 20x is going to be plus 36x, and you've got plus 16 on the end. Now before we factorise that, we can make it easier by seeing if any number goes into all of them. And I can see that 4 goes into all of them. So that's going to be, if I divide everything by 4, it's going to be 2x squared plus 9x plus 4 equals 0. That makes it a little bit easier to factorise. So then if I factorise that, it's going to be 2x times x to make 2x squared, and something that multiplies together to make 4. So it's going to be either 1 and 4 or 2 and 2. And the nose and the mouth have to make 9x. If I have 1 here and a 4 here, the nose is going to make x and the mouth is going to make 8x. So there needs to be plus on both of them. Now, once you've done that, you need to solve them. So if you take the first bracket, you've got 2x plus 1 equals 0. So take away 1, you've got 2x equals minus 1. X equals minus 1 over 2. For the next one, we've got x plus 4 equals 0. So x equals minus 4. And then once you've got your 2x values, minus a half and minus 4, you substitute them back into this thing. So y equals 2 lots of x. So 2 lots of minus a half is going to be minus 1. Plus 4, you're going to have y equals 3. If we do this one, 2 lots of minus 4 is going to be minus 8. Plus 4 is going to be minus 4. And that's it. Well done if you got those. Hugely difficult homework question, hugely difficult topics. But again, it's not about necessarily getting 100%. It's being able to use these skills to pick up marks throughout the whole paper. So well done if you have managed to do that.